Hi everyone, and welcome back to RSB One Stop. Today, I'm going to share my thoughts on what would happen if Google partnered with Qualcomm instead of Samsung for its Tensor SoC. After the recent appearance of the rumored Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus with the unreleased Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, it sheds some light on Samsung's plans to ditch its own Exynos SoC for the consecutive year, on which the Tensor SoC has been developed with some additional AI and machine learning capabilities. I know many of you might have already thought of this, and some of you might even wish that Google would ditch Tensor for Qualcomm Snapdragon for its Pixel phones, as Samsung has done with its Galaxy S series. While most of us appreciate Google's efforts to have its own SoC for having more control over it in terms of drivers and device support, it is a bit disappointing considering the inconsistent performance of the chip and falling behind Samsung when it comes to updates. Samsung offers one additional year of major OS update support than Google, even though they are using third-party SoCs. For the past few years, Google has been using its own custom-designed Tensor chips in its Pixel phones. These chips have been designed to focus on machine learning and artificial intelligence, and they've helped to give the Pixel phone some unique features, like live caption and magic eraser. However, there's been some criticism of the Tensor chips. Some people have said that they're not as powerful as the chips from Qualcomm, and that they've had some issues with battery life. Being a Pixel 7 Pro user myself, I agree with their opinion. Even though the Tensor doesn't have as much raw power as Qualcomm's latest offering, it's not that bad either. The only major flaw I would say is its battery efficiency, which is not so good and also inconsistent. The battery performance changes with every update, sometimes improving and sometimes getting worse. Let's keep present reality aside for the time being and think, what if Google partnered with Qualcomm instead of Samsung for Tensor? What would be the difference? First, Qualcomm has a lot of experience in designing and manufacturing mobile processors. Their chips are generally more powerful than Samsung's, which would give Google access to Qualcomm's expertise and resources, which could help them to improve the performance and efficiency of Tensor. Second, Qualcomm chips have a better track record with battery life. This is because Qualcomm has been making mobile chips for a lot longer than Samsung, and they've had more experience to optimize their chips for battery efficiency. Qualcomm also has a strong track record of delivering reliable and consistent performance. This would be important for Google, as they would want to ensure that Tensor is able to provide a consistent user experience. Finally, Qualcomm has a much wider distribution network than Samsung when it comes to SoCs. This means that Google would be able to get more stock of Tensors than it can now, which would help to grow Pixel manufacturing and make it available in more markets. Qualcomm has a wide range of partners, which would give Google access to a larger market. This would help Google to sell more Pixel phones and other devices that use Tensor. For the time being, it's always an advantage to have Qualcomm chips instead of something else until Google develops something completely of its own. There are rumors circulating online that Google is planning to use its Tensor chip on the Pixel 10 series, which is completely designed by Google. Google has already stepped in the right direction by developing its own SoC, but choosing to develop it as an Exynos-based chip was a bad idea. Of course, we should take it as the first step for better. I will be happy to see Google Tensor chips competing with chips from market leaders like Qualcomm in the near future. I know that Qualcomm would never partner with Google to develop its own rival and ruin its own market share, especially when it's a search giant like Google who are already doing great with its subpar Tensor chip by embedding machine learning and artificial intelligence capabilities. Let me know what you think about Google partnering with Qualcomm for Tensor. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Please do like and subscribe to the channel for more videos.